Hey, how's it going, all you lovely people at Door Shutter, coming back to you with a brand new episode of the Direwolf20 1.21 mod pack. And today we are going to do something a little bit different because I'm actually from the future. I've already recorded the episode, but we're going to do a little bit of something different. The first few minutes of this episode are going to be going over redstone controls for the reactor, generator, mycelial reactor type stuff. And the next part is going to be Stellaris, which is very clunky. I'm just putting this out there. Stellaris is not a complete mod, apparently. We figured that out in this episode. And so I'm going to cut up a little bit of what we did in the mod and some of the issues we found, and then end the episode. We're not going to show all of what I've done with Stellaris because at the end of the day, the mod is not complete, and I have a lot of negative things to say about the current state of it, but we're going to leave as much of that out because at the end of the day, it feels like it's incomplete. I know it's in a beta, and I'm hoping the issues get fixed sooner or later because I think this mod could be better if it wasn't worse than Ad Astra. That's all I'm going to say. Let's roll the clips, and I'll see you guys in the next one. We are getting into one thing that somebody suggested, which is using an ender drawer. I've actually never used an ender drawer because honestly I did not know they existed. And we're going to give this a go. I had to do some research on how these actually function, but I think I've got the basics on how this works, but we're just going to have to get it going. So let's actually clear out this drawer here. We do need a functional storage upgrade. Oh, can these not be upgraded? So this thing just stores 8,000 and that's it. Huh. So the way we'd probably want to do this in this case then is probably this is our buffer point. And we just push into this drawer as like a connection point to ours. So that's definitely not the best, right? That's definitely kind of iffy on my part, for me at least. But we're going to lock this drawer. And we are going to right click. Let's see, hold on. Is there a way to clear this out? Left click. Okay, so left click. Left click, and then can we just do this here? Oh no, it did there. Hold on. Okay, cleared frequency. And then shift right click. Okay, and then we just right click again. So what I think I did wrong is I can't punch the front of it. I have to click on one of the sides. Okay, so that's good to know. So left click on anywhere other than the face. So I'm assuming I could click. Let's get that cleared out. I could click right here and that'll work. But if I click here, then that won't work. Okay, so left click on any of the faces or the very border, and then shift right click, and that'll work. Okay. And then of course we could pick this drawer up, /home, and we could come over here and we could just plop this down. There we go. And I think I just need to shift left click to add it. So I'd assume I need to shift left click to remove it. And shift right click back to add it. Okay. I mean, that works. That does work. And so if I were to grab the cells real quick and just empty, it should get rid of the lithium that we've had in the system. Okay. Interesting. Interesting indeed. Definitely not something I've ever used, but I will definitely be using it a little bit more. They definitely aren't the friendliest, but they work. That's all that matters. All right, let's get some of that stuff cleared out. Okay, I did learn something. I've been experimenting around with the power system down here, kind of cleaning some stuff up, getting rid of the pipes stuff, and putting in the ultimate universal cables just because I think those are better for power, filling in some gaps and stuff, and all of that fun stuff. But we have some things to look into. So one of the things that I wanted to know is if there's a comparator signal with the induction port. There is. You can actually do this. So we're going to attach a Redstone reader, which is right here, and a logic cable. And this will allow for us to right click, and we can see that there is a comparator signal. So from 0 to 15, the higher the number, the more RF we have in here. So right now we're at 6. So this has quite a ways to climb, because I've just been letting this run for a little bit, but I've just turned it off, so that way it actually ceases operation, so I can actually do this while I'm down here. But all we need to do is we basically need to grab a redstone writer, right? So what we need to do is with this redstone reader, we need to grab a variable card, okay? Because this is going to make it the most compact we can, because if we don't, we're going to have a whole bunch of redstone down here, and I don't want to deal with that. So we're going to grab a comparator card. Okay, so we're going to need an integer card, which is what this thing is, right? So this is a type of integer, and we're going to click on here, and we're going to say 15. That sounds good to me, okay? We're not going to do an in-between amount. We're just going to say, hey, if the signal's 15, shut the entire system off, right? That's kind of what we're wanting to do. So equals equals. So if the comparator signal equals 15, then we're going to push out a boolean, which is true or false statement. So we're going to put that in Redstone Writer, and what we're going to do is probably grab a laser node, and we're going to replace the laser node that is currently at the end here. So let's go variable store as well. We're going to put these two cards in here, and we are going to put in this. So right now, it's not going to equal anything. So that'll turn the signal off, right? Which is exactly what we want. And we're going to make sure everything is correct. I think we didn't really change anything on this, right? And then all we're going to do is we are going to connect this one to here, and then this disconnect, and that's going to start running everything, okay? So over time, what's going to happen is this is going to fill up, it's going to hit that 15 signal, and it's going to seize the entire line from operating. But once it gets back under that 15 signal, which I don't know what point it actually will set 15, it may set it at the very end, it may set it very slightly before the end, I'm not 100% sure. But this way, we can actually take out this laser node, and we are golden, okay? So this is now all completely redstone controlled. Everything is funneling into this, even the main power system besides this, which I actually kind of forgot about. But I want to do some exploration, but up in this dimension. I want to go to the moon. Stellaris. We have not touched this mod yet, actually. We've read about it a little bit here and there, but we haven't touched this mod. We're going to grab the spacesuit, which I think is kind of our default, right? It's going to be our very beginning. Let's grab like 64 steel, because I think I need nuggets for this, right? It's going to be our very beginning, just seeing what Stellaris offers compared to Ad Astra and the original mod Beyond Earth, I believe is what it was called. Because I'm curious. I very much am, and we're going to keep an open mind. This is not a copy. This is not, you know, a duplicate or anything of that sort. This is purely its own independent mod, and I'm excited to see what we can get up to. So I assume we still need the oxygen system. How do we do this? There's the water separator. Is that what we need? Do we need the water separator? Okay, so there is no, like, actual guide, I'm assuming, with this. That's 6 steel blocks. Man, that is nuts. Okay, and we're just going to place this on the roof for right now, because I'm not really going to keep this, right? I think I'm just going to experiment around, and then we'll take all of it down. Okay, so water goes in there. This GUI is definitely pretty awful. I'm not gonna lie. It is very awful. Endergate. Like, it's just hard to see what you're actually doing. So water goes in here, the bucket comes out here. And then how do you actually equip oxygen? So I can put it in here. And I do like this, that it'll actually just stay in there and it won't just kick it back out like it does in Ad Astra. You can just kind of keep feeding this water and it'll keep filling up with oxygen. I wonder what you can do with the hydrogen, though. Stellaris hydrogen. There is a hydrogen motor. Hydrogen bucket. The JEI compatibility needs to exist. That is for sure. It's the one thing I'm seeing that I'm so far kind of confused by. So we can't craft the upgrade station. We can't... Okay, we can craft the pump jack, which I would assume is to probably make oil. Got heavy metal ingots, which come from iron. Oh, we've got the rocket station. So we need to go cook up some iron. So let's get that recipe set. So heavy metal. And we're just going to go toss this into the furnace. Here we go. Okay, and we'll just do like 128. I don't know how much we'll need. So Stellaris, rocket station. Goodness gracious, yeah, the resources you're having to sink into this is kind of insane. I mean, just even like with our progress, I'm just kind of like thinking, if you were to do this early on, you wouldn't be able to. So rocket nose cone, steel plates. Let's do steel. Just gonna do some recipes here, I guess. No? Is that in a roller? Is that what this is? Yeah, it's in a metal roller. Alright, so we're gonna play a guessing game here, and your guess is gonna be as good as mine here. Let me see, I think I need a couple more. Because my thought is that this is kind of how these are built, but I have no reference. Okay, so that's not how it's built. Okay, let's try one more thing. Steel blocks. No. I would have never guessed this. This, compared to Ad Astra, is definitely a little bit cheaper for this portion, because you're not using blocks. You're straight up just using ingots. I don't know if I trust this rocket to take off, but the little icon, the little item, this cute little thing. So we need to give this fuel. So what is fuel? So fuel, that's a good question. I'm assuming we need to get oil and then refine it. I'm assuming. So let me go find some oil. Okay, so from what I'm understanding, because I'm looking at the wiki more, is you use this oil finder, which isn't too expensive, and it has durability. And you kind of fly around the world, and you try and find the oil, right? So we just found some. So we're going to right-click. So we got an oil level. So we need to give this energy. So we're going to give this an ender gate. We'll just do a blazing. Where do I put this? Okay, so right there. That looks weird. But this is pumping out oil. Looks like there's no animation or anything as a current. We've got the fuel refiner. I don't know where to place this thing either. I think the execution is kind of somewhat here. I'm just really confused by so much of the stuff. Because we don't have in-game guides of any kind, right? That's one of the biggest problems so far. Can I only bucket out stuff? Okay. Can I put a tank in here and just get a whole bunch out? No, just buckets. Okay, so if I were to place this down, and I can't just right-click on this, so I have to put in buckets. And you cannot shift-click in or out of this inventory, by the way. That's something else I'm realizing. So, oil. And then energy. So, you're telling me the reason that this doesn't work is because I need to have an oil bucket here. If I don't have an oil bucket, I cannot get fuel. I think... so... I'm going off of a whim here, guys. We get 3 launch pads. Okay. We're going to put 1 launch pad. Oh, do I need to make a grid? Okay, so you make a grid. You put the rocket down. You can shift-click into here. And you can dump fuel. Okay, so... with the fuel refinery... I should have enough to make a handful more buckets. Okay. Nope. I got to shift-click on here. And then there are different motors. So what I'm reading this directly from the wiki because I have no other source of information. There are motor upgrades, there are tank upgrades, there are model upgrades, and then there are skin upgrades. So I do think we actually have a couple skin models, or whatever they're called, skin upgrades. I thought one of these barrels. Yeah, we have the military skin. I think that's the only one I found. No, there's another one. Frozen skin. We can actually go check these out. So, skin. So that does look pretty nifty. What's the military one look like? Okay. And then there are no indication of what these actually are called, right? This looks like a motor. There's your tank. This would be your skin upgrade, and this would be your model upgrade. So apparently there are different models, but each one of them, I have no idea how to craft. Genuinely no idea. So if you wanted to get to further away planets, you need more tank upgrades. But I really have no idea what these are, or how to craft them in any capacity. We're going to take off. We're going to see what happens. But, I mean, yeah, this is kind of rough. Ooh, that is nauseating. Never mind. I'm going to stick to this position. That is nauseating. Okay. So... if we click on Earth... okay, so to pause the screen, press space. Select planets with the arrow keys. Oh, I just clicked launch. Okay, I didn't see that. So, like, I can't launch to these. But, yeah, like, I'm clicking, like, for example, I'll click on... what in the world? Yeah, this whole GUI is awful. Okay, so I see there's a meteorite. I see we have some mobs. Okay, we're just going to fly around here. So, of course, we've got the same kind of mobs that you've seen. They look like they've got a different texture than Ad Astra's, which is decent. Okay, so right now we're just going to investigate some structures here. What? That's not supposed to happen. This is I think when dungeons arise or something else. But this should not be spawning here. Yeah, when dungeons arise. That should not be spawning on this planet. I was actually coming over here for this structure, not that structure. That is hilarious. Okay. This is a moon sphere, which is what I was looking for. And we go down so slow, man. Gonna break in here, I think. So what do we got in here? Dash plates. Is this like a village? I think this is probably supposed to be like a village, but there is no villagers, it looks like, in this current version. And it looks like there was supposed to be loot, so maybe this is a work in progress structure. Another structure that should be blacklisted. From irons this time. Pull out irons, loot. So yeah, this mod doesn't blacklist any other mod structures, which I think is really interesting. We're going to traverse down here. Not 100% sure why my backpack's not eating for me. It looks like I'm actually not able to regen health for some reason. Just do it that way, I guess. It's fine by me. Alright, let's just go this way. Just kind of see what shenanigans we can look at here. And you got diamond tools and stuff. These guys hurt. We're just going to kind of fly past them. So that's a dead end. Actually, it's not a dead end. You've got, like, prisoner cells in here. With chests. Okay. We got a tiny rocket model. No idea what that'll do for us, but we've got one. Got frozen skins again. What is that? Steel? Okay. So, I mean, it doesn't look like everything is useless. It just looks like there's quite a bit of useless stuff in here for us. Okay, I don't know why I'm not regenning health. A hydrogen motor. So it looks like if you go to this dungeon, you're basically going to be able to upgrade your stuff without needing to build anything. Is what I'm thinking. It's what it's looking like. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to pop out of here. We're going to go see what this tiny model does for us. And we probably will never visit the moon again. Because honestly, I'm kind of not really feeling like playing with Stellaris anymore. I don't know. It really just kind of felt in a sense. I mean, I know that's kind of hard to explain. So I have no idea what that did, if anything. The hydrogen. And of course, I'll have to refuel this thing. If we wanted to go any further with this, which I don't think I do at this point. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay awesome, and I can't wait to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.